Guys, what you see spinning before you is an absolute piece of art, one-of-a-kind piece, built, made, and designed by my friend Bob TERZUOLA. So, I don't know if you guys can tell by looking at me right now. I have got a smile from ear to ear because it's in my hand and it's at my house. So, you're never going to see a knife like this unless you're at a knife show. It is a very, very rare occasion we have something like this. So let's turn it around and not waste any more time and look at it from above. But first, here comes that quick logo. All right, guys, like I said in the intro, this is not the average knife you are gonna come across in your day-to-day travels. This is a Bob TERZUOLA full custom. This thing is beautiful. So this is done in a stainless steel feather Damascus with silver twill G10, zebra stripe, carbon fiber, and this is beautiful. I'm gonna get a couple knives out to compare it size-wise, so we're gonna do a quick size comparison, but there's not gonna be a whole lot that we do on this knife. This may be a fairly short video because, I mean, I'm never gonna cut with this. But at any rate, let's go ahead and get a size comparison. Your first knife is gonna be the Spyderco Police stainless steel model. This is 9.5 inches-ish. You know, I'm not great with that floppy number and stick, but that's about what it came out at. So there's your first one, the Spyderco Police. Your next knife's gonna be the Benchmade 940. As you can see, it absolutely dwarfs it. This is not a small knife, but there you go. There's your Benchmade 940 for size comparison. Your final knife, as always, is the Chris Reeve Sebenza, which is a knife that everyone pretty much at this point should know about the size of or have a good guess. So not a small knife at all. So let's get this out of the way and talk about this beautiful piece of work. So just a little bit of a backstory. Bob TERZUOLA is the godfather of the tactical folding knife. This man has been around for years, designed some of the most iconic tactical knives in the world. He's designed knives for the CIA and other agencies. He's worked with other governments and their operators and agents to design knives for them that would fit a tactical purpose, not just folding knives, but fixed blades. So Bob's been around for a minute. Bob is a couple years ago, we had the 75 for 75, Bob's 75th birthday. The year of it, he made 75 knives that year, which is insane. So you are looking at a gorgeous showing. Like I said, the silver fiberglass, the silver twill G10, which is layered fiberglass, bolsters with that gorgeous zebra stripe carbon fiber. All of the screws and everything were hand done. I don't mean that he made all the screws, but he has been known to make his own hardware. Pocket clip is gorgeous. This is that typical Bob TERZUOLA pocket clip I always talk about and love. Titanium liners that he's done in a dark bronze, and then this gorgeous faux dagger blade in a stainless steel feather Damascus with that dagger grind on it. Bob is a true legend in the knife world, and doing that so it comes out so consistent, finding the pattern in the steel and exactly centering it like that is no easy task. Bob is really famous for having a very specific feel to his knives, and this is no different. Runs on bearings, hand done. All of this hand done, hand cut, hand carved. The jimping on this is all hand done with a checkering file, and then you can see beautiful work on these liners. Bob is an absolute beast when it comes to making a knife. This thing is gorgeous, but for the size, it's very, very light. You would expect something like this to be a good bit bigger, and it is just a typical liner lock flipper. Bob's flipper tabs are always great. They don't stand out. They're not too intrusive, but they still do serve as a finger guard when in use, and you can see that pattern of that all the way through on that piece of gorgeous, gorgeous steel. This is probably one of the most beautiful knives I've ever seen. I talked to Bob about this at the show. This was up for a table lottery, and the person that had won it had not picked it up. Nick and I both agreed that this was not going anywhere, but one of our homes. So there's still, I'm debating, I'm going to have to sell some stuff if I want to own this because Nico purchased it, but he is not absolutely 100% against me purchasing it back from him. Look at that pivot. The TERZUOLA South American dragon there. If you don't know, Bob served with the Peace Corps for a lot of years in South America. He made furniture and things like that. Started making knives. The CIA approached him to design some tactical knives for them and their agents, and he obliged. And that started a whole new world of things for all of us in the knife community. Bob's knives are just absolutely gorgeous. This is not something that would ever find its way into my pocket for day-to-day use. This would be something that if I was going to a party or a knife show like Friday Night Blade Affair, this would hop its way into my pocket to just be there just to show off. This is like wearing a really expensive watch or an expensive pair of cufflinks. Now, I do have to say, to be honest with anything, I always do, Bob, please don't get upset when I say there are a couple little negative things about this knife. And it's because it's a custom knife. There is a little bit of a discrepancy in the marriage here. Now, I will say carbon fiber is incredibly hard to work with, so I can see where that would come from. They're a little bit off on each side. That could be because of liners and things like that, but it does not detract from the overall of this knife. The other thing is there is a tiny bit of lock stick. Not much, just a tiny bit of lock stick. And over time, this will go away because this is just a minor thing. There is a little bit of the pattern. You can feel a little bit of the pattern. You can feel the detent ball ride on that where it has been etched. Now, that's typical with most Damascus knives. So that detent track will marry up, but just a beautiful, beautiful overall showing here. In hand, this thing is superb and comfortable. The pocket clip is perfect. The knife is big and bulky and beefy. This is something that I could see a lesser expensive version of being in someone's pocket for a day-to-day tactical carry. This knife absolutely falls into that tactical folder category that I like to say doesn't exist, but it does. There are some knives that absolutely fall into a tactical folding knife category, and this is one of them. This is a very, very good knife. Rock solid, rock solid. And the fact that this is done in a stainless steel Damascus means that you don't really have to worry about rust on this. You can still make stainless steel rust. It's not stain proof, it is stainless, but you absolutely could make this rust if you tried. I would not, but I'm saying is you have a lot less cares about this if you're adding this to a collection with it being a stainless steel Damascus, because it's probably not going to rust. This thing is just beautiful. Can you guys see that? That pattern in that steel is just amazing. And then that grind is just about perfect. I could see no one ever complaining about owning this. Jeez, that is beautiful. No one could ever complain about owning this knife. It gives me goosebumps. I currently have goosebumps. It gives me goosebumps every time I pull this out of its case and carry it. And you are truly looking at a $3,000 knife. It is nuts to think that a piece of history and piece of art, like I know that knife guys, we're always talking about the function and form of things. This knife, 100%, I don't care. It's beautiful. I love it. Everything about it is perfect in my opinion, even with its little flaws, because the fact is that's what makes it special. Is there's little things that are just the little personal things. Knowing that this was 100% handmade. This was not put on a CNC machine and just kicked out. Bob did all of this work by hand, and it's amazing. And I'm really happy I'm getting to have it here on the channel because Bob is a really good friend of mine. I love him so much as a human. I love him as a knife maker. He's just a great, great guy. If you don't follow him on Instagram, you absolutely should, because you're going to see showings of a lot of his work. And the fact that I have the opportunity to have this here at the house and on the channel is truly, truly amazing. So guys, that's it. I've got all I've got on this one. We're not going to do any cut test. There's not going to be any more on this. There's no in pockets. This is just what it is. A beautiful, beautiful showing of a master craftsman. And it's here on my channel. So let's turn this around, do some final thoughts, and send you out about your day. I don't know if the video truly captures how much this knife is amazing. Bob's a very good friend of mine. Great guy. An amazing person. His wife Sue's amazing. And the fact is, he is an absolute legend and boss when it comes to making gorgeous, functional pieces of art. Bob's knives, they demand a premium for a reason. He is amazing at what he does. And the fact is, this is the only knife like it. This is a one-of-a-kind piece. There are no other versions of this knife. It's not like he made 3 of these. It's amazing. And while I do say that production knife quality has increased over the years and is rivaling a lot of the custom knife makers, there are some very obvious exceptions. Guys like Tom Mayo, Bob Terzuola, absolute legends, Todd Rexford, Michael Raymond, absolutely amazing. And then Jeremy Marsh and some of those guys are putting out exquisite pieces of functional pocket art. And if you aren't able to make it to a show, there's a good chance you will never see them. That's why I do these videos when I come back from a show. That's why I spend money on some of these items. Now, granted, I did not purchase this, but the fact is, I almost did. So, guys, that's it on this one. If you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down. But please try to tell me why. I can't change the content if you don't tell me what you don't like. If you want to support the channel, it's as simple as like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, hit the bell icon. If you do hit the bell icon, make sure you've got notifications turned on your device, or you will not get notified of all of the things that I've got set up. And make sure you've got the bell set to all, or you still won't get notified of everything. If you want to support the channel financially to allow me to do things like go to this show and go to other shows, because it's not free, it's not cheap, and it's not easy. It takes a lot of time. I basically have not taken any time off since Tuesday last week because I had to prep and get ready for the show and everything, and then get all this content ready. If you want to support me financially, ton of affiliate links down below. Any of them you use definitely supports the channel. The big ones where you get some discounts, Coffee Brand Coffee, 5% off, Dollstrong Knives, 10% off. Atlas VPN, if you use my link, you get, I think, 40 or 80% off through the holidays on a VPN that is great. It's the one that I use. The Coffee Brand Coffee is the coffee I drink. Other ways you can do it, I have a membership. There's a lot of benefits to being a member, and a lot of the members don't utilize all the benefits, but I have a gilded server where you can just chat with the other paying members and enjoy that, and we have all kinds of different rooms set up. I have got a giveaway that I do pretty much monthly on the Gilded server, only for the members, and I have a sharpening tutorial series that is hosted here on YouTube for the premium tier members. And the final way you can do it is I have a I have a merchandise store. Geez, Mike, get your head straight. I have a merchandise store on Ember Shirt Co, where I've set up a coupon code to save you 10% at checkout. The coupon code is CrazySharp, capital C, capital S, CrazySharp, all one word, saves you 10% at checkout. Guys, that's it. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comment section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. And I will see you in the next video.